Good day, viewers, and welcome to the Youth Spotlight, your platform, your weekly platform rather, that comes every Wednesday on right here on Eco TV, the Youth Spotlight, where we profile one youth in the Gambia making exceptional work in his or her specialization. And as always, we bring you one youth, and today we bring you someone that will talk to us. Today I'm taking a diverse tone. Then we will talk into scale mostly, because I don't want to be an educationist personally. So I believe that everyone have a specialization, and then we cannot just focus on one thing. So this program will be diverse. Sometimes we might just give you cultural or just entertainment. But today, as I said, we will be dealing with skills. And with that, we have a skilled person here who is doing really well in his work of art or field, who will talk us through his journey, what motivated him, what keeps him going, and specifically, as always, 3 takeaways that we could apply in our own journey. So, Mr. Solley, welcome to the Youth Spotlight.
Thank you for having me here, Madam Drame.
Thank you. Can you please introduce yourselves to the viewers out here so that they can know who you are and what you do?
I am Omar Solley, an electrician by profession, and also an Arabic graduate that graduated from Tadamun Islamic, and then from there I proceed with my education to International Open University, which is IOU. From there I also enrolled in their university and then to study psychology. Unfortunately, I couldn't continue with that, and then venture into my skills, which is electrical job, and alhamdulillah, still on it.
Okay, that is a quite a description of what you do, and from here we will know and we will know what to expect from you and from this show. So Omar, tell us, as you said, you are a graduate from the university, IOU, that is the International Open University, and also you have a skill that is electrician, the fact that you are an electrician. So can you tell us, how do you get into electrician? Is it through professional training or apprentice, as we commonly do in the Gambia here, or what was it? What made you venture into it, and how does it come about?
I started my training locally. Was working under a guy named Ablai. He was an electrician, but he was doing it locally. I spent nearly 7 years with him, and after that 7 years, I decided to also go and study it professionally, so that I will be able to know the rules and regulation of electricity, because it is a job that you cannot do without understanding the job and without knowing what it takes to become an electrician. So that was the reason why I decided to enroll in Chairman Technical Training Center, which is located at Latrikunda Sabiji. I did my certificate there. From there, I continue with the diploma. After diploma, I then went to NAWEC, National Water and Electricity Company, to do my internship, and I spent 3 months for the internship, but alhamdulillah, still working there under them. Yeah. Not really. We always try our best, and we are working hard to try and see how best.
Bana amul benn problem, as you said, and just as Omar mentioned, he started locally just as any other skilled person in this country, working under someone as an apprentice, and then spent nearly 7 years, then went to trade it professional. And that is one thing that I will encourage each and every one of us, because in as much as it's important to understand the practical knowledge, getting these documents is also important. And sometimes it's through these classes that you will be able to learn some of the theory part that you don't know, like the ethics that guided your work, the rules and regulation and safety measures. So as an electrician, we know safety is a very key thing and it's very important. So how is it like? So in most serious note, working with electricity is not easy. So what are some of the safety measures that you think every electrician should know or put in mind when working?
In this line of job, I'm not saying if you're doing it locally, but if you go to the school to study electricity, the first thing that they taught you is safety. Because as an electrician, your first concern is your own safety. Because you won't be an electrician if you are not in a safe environment. And that safety, we normally call it PPE, personal protective equipment, in the line of electrical job. Okay. So that safety will guide you through what you should wear, what you should do, how you should do it, and what is going to be the outcome after following these rules of PPE. So that's the most important part of the safety. And also, you cannot learn these things in the local way. As I told you, I spent 7 years doing this job locally. But what motivated me the most is whatever you're doing, you need to see yourself in it first. And you need to love doing it. You cannot just be doing it for the sake of, I'm doing it maybe just to pass time, but you should love it. You should love doing it, and then you should see yourself in it. By seeing yourself in it is loving it, admire what you're doing, and have a vision in it.
That's important.
Yeah. You should have a vision in it. You shouldn't just be doing this job as an electrician just to pass time, but you should have a vision. Okay. Before this point of time, I want to have this, oh, I want to do this, oh, I want to achieve this along the way.
Okay,
so
that's important.
Yeah.
So Omar, tell us how far, as you mentioned, you've been doing this 7 years, then went to study professionally. So how far are you now, right now, apart from, as you mentioned, working for NAWEC, what other thing are you doing based on your electrical job? How far have you gone with the knowledge and skill that you gain?
Alhamdulillah, so far I have achieved something out of it. I won't say I have achieved a lot because we are still struggling and still working hard to be able to achieve more and more and more. But along the way, as I mentioned, I have achieved something which I established my own company called Solley's Electrical Installation.
That's
that has been since 2024. And I'm working towards developing it to become a company where I will have a team, a construction company, where I will have a team and also invite other skilled workers, maybe masonry, plumber, carpenter, and other workers to have a big company so that we'll be able to take a big project from government, from private entities and other places as well.
That's encouraging. As I said, I am someone that is very rooted in youth empowerment, and seeing such a young person like you having such a dream is nothing sort of recommending and encouraging to every young person down there. The fact that right now at your age, I wouldn't mention your age, but then at your age you are able to grow something like this, at least you have your own thing, even though you are working for people. But then at the end of the day, you have something that you could call your own, something that you are building on your own. And I believe you have people working under you. Do you have people that you are training or someone that you are training?
Yeah. Yeah, Alhamdulillah, so far I have trained more than 8 people and then they're all doing well.
Okay,
some are still working under me, some are working under themselves now, and then they're doing extremely well. Yeah, we have no boundary. Whether you are a female, male, or disabled, we still train you because the most important one is the skill. So the person that is training the skill is not important. The most important thing is what you're going to instill in that person. The discipline, the skill, and then the understanding on how to do the job and to respect your clients.
That is very important. Yeah. We know working in the Gambia is hard. I tell people we could be nice, but we could be the most complicated people at some point. And I want to ask, was there a difficult client? Can you just tell us an encounter with a client? What was it that you had to do that made you feel like,
it is never easy.
Okay.
Yeah, it is never easy, as you said. Sometimes you might encounter clients that are difficult to work with. But in this line of job, always be patient. Okay. Sometimes you might see someone that is going under some stress and then we want to how to call it, expose that in you. But one thing you should understand is be patient. You should know how to deal with customers. Some customers are hard to deal with, some are easy to deal with. But by going to school, learning this skill will help you a lot to be able to understand how to deal with the customers, how to interact with them, how to understand their emotions sometimes.
Okay.
So that's why I said it's very important, no matter what happens, after learning the skill locally, it's better you go to school and then understand what you are doing.
That is very important.
Yeah.
Just as you said, with everything that you're doing, being patient is a key thing, because it's patience that will grant you what you want. You cannot be in a rush to get what you want. And to all the apprentices that you have, you said 8, I might be the 9th one soon. And I hope you'll be ready to work with me. I might be difficult, but then don't worry, I will leave this profession for you. So Omar, tell us, in the line of field, as you mentioned, as in working as an electrician, what motivated you to start your own business? What makes you wake up every day? Is it an individual, something that makes you to feel like, yeah, I have to continue with this job? As you mentioned, this is where linga buga, but then what is that one thing that keeps motivating you, even so they may feel like, what is that? We want to know.
First of all, I would say, I won't even say what keep on motivating me, but the person that keep on motivating me is my dad.
Okay.
He's the one that will always tell me this word. No matter how hard it takes, if you know the direction that you are going in, follow it. And if you have already set your goal to achieve your dream, push harder. Nothing comes easy. But no matter how hard it is, no matter how long it takes, you one day make it in life.
Okay.
Focus, dedication gives everything.
What language does that speak so that I can speak to that right now?
He can speak Mandinka, a bit of Wolof.
Baba abaraka Omar ya fanya baba ka angale kan wala yala sen tuba bol yesambala min foka angale kan wala ko ala do ko to itala mudi mi yalon ko mi lota e baake wato wada hanna lafta ka give up abaka give up no because ala ne ko baba bes wo ko no la avec encourage la abe lola nyela lafta fa fere nen kala be mako la so baba mbaba le baake ilota nyim ma nyama man ke da mandi ko tembela di ngom ko di gambe bela tamadi so because I mean ke kan bela na falon. So thank you so very much, dad, down there. We really appreciate your encouragement, and I wish every dad at home will be like him, because we could understand that choosing a career in this country is one of the hardest things, and getting parental approval could be the most craziest and difficult thing at some point. But then if you have parents that are understanding, that are ready to listen and understand that it only is summer school, then at some point idea for them is something that we will really encourage, and we are happy to see such improvement from our parents. So Omar, tell us a quick one, just tell us 3 things that keep you going, that you think every young person in his or her sector should apply in what they do.
Okay, I will start it with this one. As I mentioned earlier, I was an Arabic student, so this one will go straight to them. Okay, nothing to stop you following your dream. Being an Arabic student shouldn't cage you in what you want to do in your future or for your future. Most of us as an Arabic student, we think that after graduating from school, the only thing we are good at is being an imam or ustaz. And that's not all. We need to try and focus in other fields different with these 2 that I have mentioned. We can become engineers, as I'm working towards. We can become doctors, police officers, and a whole lot of things. We have a lot of professions that Arabic students can do. As I said, I graduated from Arabic school, but that doesn't stop me from speaking English language. And I can still speak Arabic.
Okay, you will teach me that one also.
So it is very much important for Arabic schools to change their curriculum from studying strictly Arabic to come into skills. This is something that will help the students. You have a whole lot of Arabic students out there. Immediately they graduate from school, they usually ask themselves, what are we going to do next? Because what you study and what you have out there is always different. And we all know in this country our official language is English. You should understand English. You should know how to communicate to be able to study other things. Because I will take an example from myself. Immediately I graduated from Tadamon, I went to GTTI to study electrical installation. The first thing that they asked me is, you need to have a grade 12 certificate or WIAC certificate before you will be able to enroll in our school. It hits me so badly.
Sure.
I was asking myself, after graduating from school, after wasting 12 years, I couldn't do anything. That's the time that I went to IOU to study English. So I did my IEC course, Intensive English Program. Immediately I graduated from that one, I proceed with the Advanced English. From there, I applied for the scholarship. And I was lucky to enroll and then study to my fourth semester. Unfortunately, things were hard. I decided to focus on my skill. So that was the time that I focused on studying electrical installation. I went back to Chairman. I was fortunate to be enrolled. But in life, if you want to make it, the first thing is focus. Stay focused. You should know what you want for yourself. Don't allow people to dictate you on what to do. At some point, you need to stand for yourself. At some point, you need to start for yourself.
That is important.
Yeah.
Just as Omar mentioned.
Yeah.
Those are the takeaways that anyone listening right now needs to know.
Yeah.
Focus on what you are doing. Believe in yourself and don't let anyone dictate what you want to be or what you want to do in the future.
Yeah.
It is very important for one to have an independent mind. For you to be successful, you need to know this is what I should do. It's not bad to have someone to guide you, but then know what you want to do first before having someone to guide you on that particular thing. So Omar, we will say thank you, but then a quick one. What do you do aside from electricity? What is this that people don't know that you are doing apart from being an electrician, working within this dekak fili ak kurang yegeneni? Apart from no longer
I do a whole lot of things, but what I would encourage people, I'm a humanitarian as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
important.
a Red Cross volunteer, but what I love doing the most is research. Whenever I'm free, I'm on research on electrical jobs or engineering field, sometimes humanitarian jobs and other things, to be able to enlighten myself.
Yeah,
because it is never easy and it will never be easy, but we just keep on motivating ourselves and encouraging ourselves to be the best version of ourselves as well.
That is very important. Research shouldn't stop, because every day we need to learn to improve on ourselves if we want to go far. And just as you said, believing in yourself comes with responsibilities, and one should be ready to take up those responsibilities to learn. But then a quick one, time behind you. But then just a quick one, what do you have to say to any young electrician down there or any young person seated that want to venture into skill, or that doesn't even have a skill, but then you want to encourage them to get into skill? What is it that you will tell them? Because we have seen that with skill, according to your experience and what you have said here today, it shows us that the benefits that you have from your skill is far more than the benefits that you could have in other things that you are doing. So tell us, what is it that you will tell any young person down there that is listening that needs to get encouraged into skill, or that is doing this electrician job?
Okay, what I would say is to my fellow youths, trying once and having a failure in your life is nothing. Dinga danu nga jugat, danu jugat, wa tahut sufa sa place. So lu ñu wara understand rek moy ne nu mundi meti, the most important thing moy you have a vision in life. Mënulo jël sa youth yépp nga def ko ci nit yi, base ko ci nit yi luñ la joxut yow do am. Nga yaakar ne nit yi suñ la defalut rek suma uncle Kari mu ngi Europe defalut ma dara. And Bagwe is not the only solution. It is not the only solution. Let us try and focus on ourselves, build ourselves, and also have a vision for ourselves to be able to achieve something in life.
Thank you so much, Mr. Solley, for granting us this special interview. And thank you so very much to the listeners that we are listening. It's about time. And as I said, I don't want to leave, but then it's like the technicians are alerting me that it is time, and then we will take a bite from here. But then, just to remember what Omar said, for one to succeed in life or in whatever you are doing, just be focused. Don't allow people to dictate you, and then be patient in what you do. So then every young person listening here, you should try to learn from Omar's story. Know that nekut lu ñew rek dafa yomb ko gis nak amna fum jaar te jaar yi metti nañ way taxut ñu bay comme nu mu wax rek suuf bi la fo nga ne nak xanga olaf bi metti na won mënuma koy jaar. But then, as you said, the failure, falling down or failing at one point is not the end of your life. Just get up and work harder again. But then, as I said, it's almost time, and then from here we will say bye. See you next week, inshallah, with another youth doing something more interesting and helping in shaping this country in a very special way. Until then, it's a bye from us. Please try to sponsor this program. Numbers are on the screen. If you want to sponsor the program, you can call on them. It's your special show with your host Kadi Drame right here on Eco TV. Ciao from the technical department and program department. Bye.